What's going on, guys? Welcome to the fourth edition of the Extra Point. We're already down 4 weeks of the NFL season, kind of flying. All right, first up, Monday night, the Giants look like the worst team in the league, maybe by far. I don't know. Maybe the Bears have something to say about it. What do you guys think about the Giants sucking it up on Monday Night Football?
I think they were really hard to watch. Their offensive line is just horrible. You can't give up 11 sacks in a game. The last time I remember that was when the Ravens did it to the Titans, and that was like 4 years ago. And it's not even Daniel Jones' fault, in my opinion. He's not the best of quarterbacks. We all know that. But it's not his fault. He still throws an accurate ball. He can still throw the ball downfield, but he has no time out there. He gets to the top of his drop, and there's already three guys surrounding him. And this is just the Seahawks defense. They're not even a pass rushing defense. They have good linebackers, but not great edge rushers. So it's just really hard to see the Giants' offensive line give up 11 sacks in that game.
I agree. I mean, 11 sacks against Seattle is not ideal. And that's not to say Seattle's defense is bad, but like Andrew's saying, Seattle's pass rush is not great. And it just shows how glaring of an obvious issue that the Giants O-line is. It's terrible. It's bad. Without Andrew Thomas, that O-line arguably is worse than the worst in the league. But not even just that, Daniel Jones, he looked bad. He wasn't playing well. He's making poor decisions. And as much as I knock on Daniel Jones, this team has more issues, bigger issues than Daniel Jones. I think the biggest issue they have is obviously this O-line and the fact that Daniel Jones' contract is more of an issue than his play.
Ruta, you want to go or you want me to chime in?
Um, you go, you go.
Yeah, I was about to touch on the contract situation. This is what happens when you pay average at best quarterback with good wheels $40 million a year. I mean, the Giants look pathetic throughout 4 games. Who's their one win?
Arizona, when they were
Arizona,
down
and they came back they come back from 28 down. So, I mean, this is what happens when you pay a quarterback that's not who I would say a franchise guy that type of money, and then you can't fill out your roster.
Not even close to
The Giants
franchise.
deserve.
Daniel Jones is this is the problem, just like you said. The Giants went in the opposite way you're supposed to do it. Like the way teams are winning football games and getting into the playoffs and getting to the Super Bowl is they get quarterbacks on rookie contracts so they can build a good roster around them. That's what San Fran's doing. The Giants paid Daniel Jones, and I'm a Vikings fan. It's clearly obvious now. They paid Daniel Jones after being the 31st ranked defense in the NFL. Then he plays a good Eagles team and gets absolutely stomped on. No surprise in the playoffs. And now it's such a surprise that Daniel Jones regressed. He didn't regress. This is who he is. He's not that good at football. And now they give him a $160 million contract, which good for them at one point because it's only 2 years technically guaranteed for the 80 mil. But $80 million for that is not good. That them winning that playoff game, it sounds crazy, is the worst thing that could have happened to them because they gave him all that money and it's going to set them back a couple years. It's true. They have no receivers. They thought Darren Waller was going to be a lot better at stretching the field. He doesn't do anything. They don't even throw him the ball enough, even when he is open. And that O-line without Andrew Thomas, they can't afford anybody good because they expected Evan Neal to be a good player because where they drafted him. And he's arguably the worst tackle in the league. So
Let me
is screwed.
let me add to Evan Neal. Did any of you see
I
on
was about to bring it
Jones'
up.
second interception? He literally blocked his own teammate, and that's the reason why Daniel Jones threw that pick.
He blocked and rolled to the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, he's honestly the worst offensive lineman in the league, and they picked him like sixth overall like 3 years ago or something. Like, how do you make that bad of a pick? It's just really sad.
Yeah.
I want to take a look at real quick. Daniel Jones is terrible, but not only is he terrible, he has a terrible supporting cast. Let's see. His receivers right now are Darius Slayton, Wandale Robinson, Jalen Hyatt, who has some upside, but other than that, they have no one. They have Saquon, who's consistently out, and then they have Darren Waller, who's been doing nothing. I don't know why they signed him. They signed him, and everyone was so excited. And I was like, what did he do? Last season, he was doing nothing. I don't know why everyone's so excited about this.
15 passing touchdowns. That was his high. That's the highest he's ever had. And he can't throw a ball accurately more than 20 yards. He dinks and dunks. That playbook last year was catered to him by Brian Dable. We know he's a system quarterback. And this is nothing against Daniel Jones. I wish all the best for him. I don't want to see anybody fail like in the
I
national.
kind of disagree on that because last year, like according to PFF, he had like top 5 in deep ball accuracy.
Yeah, because he
That's
threw it like,
what it is.
dude. The reason why his deep ball accuracy was so good is because he barely threw it deep.
But
He
you
barely
can't throw it deep if you don't have a good enough O line to give you the time to throw it deep.
True to an extent. That's definitely true. But he barely threw it deep. But that's fair. I think that's fair to say he's accurate downfield, but he
Yeah.
doesn't do it enough for me to be like, I'm impressed on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
They were the least. They were ranked dead last in the NFL in 20+ yard plays, I believe, last year.
You also have to remember last year's NFC East schedule was a cupcake schedule. I remember when the Eagles were making their run, everyone was saying, "Oh, but they didn't play anyone." So the same thing's true with the Giants, and that might be why they snuck into the playoffs because last year I didn't think the Giants were that good. The Eagles beat them 3 times, and the Giants I don't even think they were close once. So I
Yeah.
always think the Giants are bad and they're terrible.
I want to look at real quick. I don't think that they should take away from what the Seahawks are doing too. And Geno Smith continues to be very, very good, coming off being a backup quarterback his whole career. And he got paid, right? He just got paid good. That is an example of the right decision of paying someone versus Daniel Jones on the other side. Geno Smith is, I wouldn't say he's taking off where Russell Wilson left off, but like he has been playing for them better than Russell Wilson has been playing for Broncos.
Yeah, talk about steal of a trade right there. What did the Broncos give up for Russell Wilson? Was it three
I'm
first
gonna
round?
look at that right now.
I believe
I
it was
think-
3 first, Drew Lock, Noah Fant, and defensive tackle. I forget his name.
I think it was 2 firsts and a third. But
And how many games did the
Right.
Broncos win compared to the Seahawks in that time?
They had 4 less wins, I believe.
They have one right now, so they've won 5 games since that trade. And Seahawks made the playoffs last
I
year.
think so. Yeah.
Talk about a steal.
I mean, Russell Wilson right now doesn't look like the problem in Denver. It's absolutely
know.
wild to me that their defense took such a decline.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just
It
insane.
made Justin Fields look good. And that's really hard to do.
Yeah.
And what happened to number 1 corner in the league, Pat Surtain? He's been nowhere all season. I thought he's getting burnt by like a nobody receiver on the Bears the other day. So it's just like, I don't know what's going on with that defense. They were an amazing unit last year. They gave up like 18 points per game or something like that. So I don't know how
He was locked down all year last year. Now he just looks like an average Joe.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to so who we thinking top of the AFC right now? There's a couple teams. Last week, I think everyone was thinking Dolphins just because who scores 70 points. But now, after the Dolphins lose 48-20 to the Bills,
Yeah.
there might be some talk for some other teams. So what are you guys thinking?
Andrew, you gotta go, man. I see the
All right.
head.
So I'll think I'm not actually gonna say the Ravens. I'm not. I do think it's the Bills. I think beating a team that won 70-20 by 28 the week after is just absurd. That's an AFC East division matchup. I know the Dolphins were away, but the Bills absolutely took the brakes off them on offense. And that really like worries me. I'm not a Dolphins fan, but as a Dolphins fan, I would be so worried about our team because of that defense. They gave up 48 points, 3 touchdowns to Stephon Diggs. Did you see how he like caught a stopping route like 10 yards out? And then he just breaks 3 tackles. Like you need to tackle better than that. And I don't know. I think the Bills are just unstoppable. I was saying week 1, Josh Allen isn't the real deal. And I said Jared Goff is better than him. I think Josh Allen is good. Still think Jared Goff is better, but Josh Allen does look really good this season so far. He might be the front runner for MVP at the moment.
Here's a question for you real quick. If you think Jared Goff is so much better than Josh Allen.
So much is a stretch.
Okay, if you think he's better than Josh Allen. If you would have put Jared Goff on that Bills team when they were playing the Chiefs in the playoffs, do the Bills win?
No. But did they win with Josh? No, they didn't.
Jared Goff's not better than Allen.
But
He's not.
Jared Goff, like he's definitely not a better playmaker than Allen. Allen has much more talent. But the thing about Goff is I feel like he can lead a team better and he makes so much less mistakes. And with the amount of mistakes Allen makes, I just cannot say that he's better or he's better for a team than what Jared Goff has been doing with the Lions.
I think Josh Allen's got way too much talent to say that, but I get where you're getting at is that Goff makes a lot less mistakes, and that's what kind of sells you on that. And I agree, Goff does make less mistakes, But Goff is also a terrible quarterback on the road. He's not. He's not good on the road. I don't know why, but whenever he leaves Detroit, like he's just not good for whatever reason. They're like a very average offense. It's really weird. But I mean, I'll always take Josh Allen over Goff, even though Allen does have turnover issues. But the thing is, I feel like I hear this every year. The Bills are very good in September in the beginning, and then what happens every year? They fade away. They fade away.
Because Josh Allen's a fraud in the playoffs. That's why.
They're not a great playoff team. They're really not. They're not a clutch playoff team. They're winning the games that they should. But when the time comes, when they should have beat Cincinnati at home last year in the biggest game of the year, they fell flat. And I just feel like it's a repeat. I feel like when push comes to shove, this Buffalo Bills team is very good. It's okay if you call them the best for now. But when it's all said and done, the best teams in the AFC will be the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. I think if Baltimore gets healthy, yeah, I know you're happy, but I truly think if Baltimore is healthy, they're the best team in the AFC. I just think that roster is absolutely stacked. That defense just needs to get healthy, and that receiving core needs to get healthy. But Zay Flowers is legit. Mark Andrews is legit, and Lamar is looking better every week. So
Roquan Smith looked legit.
well,
He's
yeah,
still
and that's an obvious, right? And
Yeah.
Kyle Hamilton's legit, obvious. So I mean, it's not Ray Lewis and
Ed Reed.
Eric Reed all over again.
Ed.
Reed. I just said Eric. Oh my God. Ed Reed all over again. Sorry, people. But I mean, those are two solid guys. I mean, safety and linebacker. It's amazing.
Yeah, and one thing that I would say about the Ravens, the only reason why I'm not putting them number one is because I don't think they will get healthy. That's been the problem with the Ravens the last 3 seasons. What happens is they have so many people that get injured per game that if they get healthy later, there's more people going down. Every single game this season, the Ravens have lost at least 3 people in a game. And that's unheard of out of an NFL franchise. And the problem with like the injuries is that these are to good players too. Like we had 12 starters out against the Browns. No, the week before. And then we got 3 of them back against the Browns, but we still have 9 starters out. That's unheard of. You have Marlon Humphrey, your best corner, not playing, and then 2 of your best receivers not playing. It's just hard to see. And if Lamar stays healthy, the Ravens will definitely have a shot to be the best in the NFL, even if the whole team doesn't get healthy. But it's just rough when it comes to the injuries for the Ravens.
What's it called? Something else. I keep switching to the other team, but I have to at this point. I really am starting to I'm starting to slowly develop some questions about the Dolphins here because I start to look at, if you look a little deeper, I start to look at their schedule. They played the Chargers, who are a very good team, and they won by 2, with the Chargers having a very like mid offense. Not this week because Khalil Mack's Khalil Mack again for some reason. And then New England Patriots, who we now know are atrocious. I'm not even gonna get there. And then we have the Denver Broncos, who we know has probably the worst defense in the league, who they played and scored 70 against. And then they lose this much to the Bills. So my question is, they've faced good teams 2 times. One they won by 2 points, and one they got demolished. So my question is this a fraud team? Is this going to be a fraud team in the future? Is it going to actually be able to win against these really good teams? They have coming up on their schedule the Eagles, the Chiefs, and the Cowboys. They end the season with the Cowboys, Ravens, and Bills. So I agree with Andrew where I would be concerned if I was a Dolphins fan right now.
I feel like if you can maintain Tyreek Hill and not let him go crazy on you, then the Dolphins don't really have that great of a roster. But if you look at their running game, Raheem Mostert played horribly, but Devon Achane still had 100 yards, 2 touchdowns.
He might be running back one.
Yeah, he's the real deal. But the thing
He's a rookie too, right?
Yeah, he's a rookie. But the thing is, like, with their receivers, Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, you would think Tyreek is getting more than 50 yards. Jalen Waddle's getting more than 50 yards, especially after Tre'Davious White goes down. Their best corner, he's out for the season. Like, why is the Dolphins offense not exploiting that Bills secondary? I just don't understand.
They couldn't with the pressure they were getting, dude. I don't know if you saw what the Bills were bringing. The Bills were bringing the heat to take Tua off his first read, and Tua just could not figure it out.
Yeah, Tua, he doesn't really deal with pressure much. At least in the first 3 weeks of the season, there was no pressure at all. I saw like a stat on that. He was like pressured the least amount out of any quarterback in the league. And then as soon as the Bills come, he's just really struggling.
I don't think
Frauds. Yeah, no go.
I don't think we can call Dolphins a fraud yet, just because from the first 3 weeks, we're talking best team in the
No,
NFL.
it's just questions though.
Yeah. But I remember last year at this time, I remember talking Chargers like this sometime last year until Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa went down, and the Chargers always implode. So I think there's definitely a case that they can end up like that, but their offense is so explosive. You have to think they're going to be in every one of those hard games. Maybe not against the Bills because the Bills have the formula, I guess. But just based off of who they have on the roster, I'd have to say they're going to at least go 50-50 in all their tough games. I don't see them losing out.
Yeah, they're way too talented. I think it's fair to be critical of Miami, especially with like the very high highs they've had and how you go the next week and then you just get blown out. But I like to think of it this way. A lot of teams in the NFL, when they win big like that historically, or they win on a crazy miracle, I would know as a Vikings fan, they usually have a hard time with, emotions. And in the next week, I mean, it sounds crazy, but it's true. Teams, when they come off these big miracle wins or just big historic wins, the next week, they usually just don't fare well for whatever reason. I don't know if that's the mental game. I don't know if that's just cockiness. I have no idea whatsoever, but that happens a lot in the league. And I think Miami will bounce back. I just think Buffalo's a better team than Miami. And I think this is a playoff team as long as Tua is healthy. If Tua could stay healthy and is able to distribute the ball to Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, then this team's going to go far. And I think this AFC playoff picture is almost set in a way besides the AFC South in certain aspects because that division is all 2-2 right now.
The Texans
I
will
think what's it,
the South. Just saying.
They will.
what's it called? So Carter, my question for you then is the Bills, Chiefs, and Ravens. Do you think the Chiefs are the worst of those three teams then?
No, the Bills are.
Really?
Yeah,
I would not agree with
I've
that.
seen it 3 years in a row. I mean, are you kidding me? You fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times. I mean, I don't even remember where it goes at that rate, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do we not see this every year with Buffalo? Do they not disappoint every year in the playoffs?
I think the Chiefs always get off to a little bit of a slow start.
Yes,
They
it's the
question
same
them.
every
Then you
year.
turn it off.
And
One thing
yes, it's almost comical. The Chiefs start off slow, Buffalo starts hot, the Ravens get hurt. It's the same thing. I just
Bengals start off slow.
I'm just having no. The Bengals are done.
Yeah.
They're
They're
done.
not good.
Yeah, I agree. They start off slow, but they're done. The Ravens. I'm just hoping that they stay healthy. I'm a big Lamar fan. I love Lamar, and I think he's so talented, and I really do feel like that roster can compete for a Super Bowl this year if it's able to get healthy. And the Chiefs, we see it every year. Like they start slow, they find their way. Buffalo, they always start off hot. When December hits, things just start to fizzle. It's true. It happens every year. And I think it's going to happen again. I have no ill will towards the Bills. I have nothing wrong with them. I have no hate towards Buffalo. It's just prove me wrong. Like I want you to prove me wrong. I hope you guys do. And I hope Buffalo is able to, hoist that Lombardi someday. But
Well,
I just don't see it.
I think this might be Buffalo's most complete roster we've seen. Their edge rushers are really good. They get pressure on the quarterback. They have a pretty good secondary. I know Tre'Davious White is out for the season, but then that offense, now they have a running back in James Cook. Devin Singletary wasn't doing it for them. They have a running back now. They can stretch the ball deep with Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs. But one thing I've noticed about Buffalo in the playoffs, they go away from Stephon Diggs. He doesn't go that
I
crazy.
noticed that too.
Even in that game against the Chiefs 2 years ago, when forgot the score, it was that crazy game though.
Gabe
That changed
Davis game?
overtime rules. Yeah, Stephon Diggs did not play well at all. It was all Gabe Davis.
Is that Stephon Diggs not playing well or them straying away from Stephon Diggs?
I
Like
think it's
that's yeah, that's what I would say. It's both too.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was curious about. And then, if I want to ask you guys this question, if the playoffs were today, this is so early, it's such a hard, yes or no. Who are you picking to win if Chiefs and Buffalo play? Just say it's a neutral field, a neutral field. If Kansas City and the Bills play, knowing you're
Today it's the Bills.
The Bills.
you think the Bills for
Can't
sure.
go against Mahomes. I don't care who's on his team. He always wins in the playoffs.
Well, the refs always just give it to him.
Yeah, that too.
My guy thinks he's Brady.
I know it's frustrating to watch. Like
Mac Jones is definitely not Brady. That's for sure.
Oh no, I know. I hope he's gone.
Bailey Zappi season. You think?
It's possible. He looked in the starts last year. He looked better. I don't know honestly. I told you guys. I'll tell our listeners. I'm every single week. I'm rooting for the team that goes against the Patriots. I'm full in on Caleb Williams and hoping on that. But I genuinely don't think Mac is the problem. I think he's had one of the most unfortunate times of his career. His rookie season, he was really good. He was a top 15 quarterback his rookie season. Then his second year, he gets a defensive coordinator as his offensive coordinator, so he can't do anything. This year, he has no weapons other than Hunter Henry and a wide receiver 3 in Kendrick Bourne. He has no one else. So, and his offensive line is just 5 actors on the field. It's crazy.
Roger, let me ask you a question. Let me
Wait,
ask you a
Trent
question.
Brown's really good though.
So, if the Patriots at the end of the year are so bad where they're in position to maybe make a play for Caleb Williams, is it the end of the Bill Belichick era?
It's a good question.
Look, I think at this point, if they're bad enough that they get Caleb Williams, I think Robert Kraft hits the reset button, and not like they hit the reset button after Brady, really hit the reset button. I was talking to my friends about this. There are 19 players on the Patriots that I would currently keep on that roster. There is no one else I would keep on that roster. Everyone else should be gone. And of those 19 players, I'm pretty sure like 13 of them or something like that are defensive players. Our offense is atrocious. We have to find a way to get going offensively. We need to get Caleb Williams or something like I think Bo Nix is one of the quarterbacks that's going to be there next season. Like I don't like him, but honestly, he might even be better than Mac. Like I don't know at this point.
I just don't know if, like, obviously Bill Belichick, greatest head coach of all time, but since Brady left, there hasn't been like any like positive things coming out of New England. Like you have Matt Patricia as your offensive coordinator, and that's probably Bill's choice to have him there. That's a
He's
very
stubborn. He's stubborn. That's the problem. He's
So
too
I'm
stubborn. He has to be. I told him that he has to be demoted to defensive coordinator. If like this season does not go well, he either has to be put to defensive coordinator himself or just like let him go. Because I cannot do this anymore. I've been the biggest Mac Jones supporter forever, but I can't do this anymore. We're like, we need to have a full reset and build a talented roster, not just good coaching. We need talented players.
You think Bill Belichick should leave?
Absolutely. I think there's no question.
I think his time, he had his time, obviously most success ever, right? But I don't know if he's adapting with the times, especially in today's NFL.
I can see what you're saying. The only thing I would critique Belichick on is maybe letting someone take over the GM role. That is what I would say. Coaching, I don't think, is a problem from his standpoint. Other coordinators could use work, obviously. Mac Jones is just not a good quarterback. He's not. He's not a great quarterback. It's just the truth. Does he have great weapons? No, he doesn't have great weapons. But I've seen quarterbacks with worse weapons play better than Mac Jones. And Mac Jones' O-line, I know you're not a fan of that Patriots O-line, but it's not terrible. It could be a lot worse. So I truly think that Mac Jones, he's got to go. They got to get some weapons. And if I had to make any critique on Bill Belichick, it would to be let someone else do GM. I don't think him as a head coach leaving is a solution because it's really hard to just replace a head coach. It's especially of his caliber. He's won 6 Super Bowls and then other Super Bowls as a coordinator. He knows what he's doing.
But he needs to give more preference to the offensive side of the ball. He's just not. That's the problem. Our defense has been consistently at least top 7 every single season, even when Brady's left.
Okay, but
our offense has been not good.
If he puts more energy to the offensive side of the ball, then the defense won't be as good. He's a defensive coach. He was a defensive coordinator back in the day and won 2 Super Bowls as a defensive coordinator. That's why he was hired as a head coach. You can't expect a defensive coach to put all their energy in the offense and expect the offense to be so good. That would be if you had an offensive coach. Like when you see the Dolphins, their offense wasn't good when Brian Flores was their head coach. They were mid at best. But then their offense became amazing with Mike McDaniels as head coach. It's just how it has to be. Like, that's just what it is. The Ravens have always had a good defense. and a consistent offense because they had a special teams coordinator at head coach.
Okay,
John
but
Harbaugh.
then think of it like this then. Think of all the best teams in the NFL. Are their head coaches more offensively oriented or defensively?
No, it's definitely
Exactly.
more offense. I agree, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying on the fact of Bill Belichick, I feel like it's way too early to just point the finger at him, point the fingers because just I understand like maybe the game has passed him
I don't know
up,
how people say it's
but
way too early. I don't get. It's been 5 seasons now, or four or five. It's been like that many seasons since Brady has left. There has been
they're
no.
not like a
There's been one
bottom
sign.
five
One
team
sign.
though.
Huh?
Not like a bottom five team though.
No, but that doesn't make them a good team. The expectation now, after Brady, people can say it's unrealistic as much as they want, but the expectation now, after Brady has been here, is playoffs every season, deep playoff run every single season. It has to happen, otherwise it's a fail. It's just the
These-
expectation that is there
These
now.
Patriots fans are just nonsensical. Like, I don't really get it. Like, so many teams are in rebuilds. So many teams have to struggle for so long. The Patriots have been 4 years without making the playoffs. Big whoop.
This
It's
is
really
Rujo's
not that
first
bad.
What do you
time.
mean, big
I gotta
whoop?
see
That's a
him play.
Really
huge
not that
deal.
I
bad.
think it's
Look at the
3. I
Bears.
think it's 4, but still a couple of years.
That's a huge deal.
Yes.
Look, the Bear. I don't want to be compared to the Bears. Is my point. I'm
You're
not trying to
not.
be
You're
compared
not
to
that
them.
bad. They're not that bad.
Exactly, but I don't want to be compared to any team like that ever.
You
I
won't.
want what's, yeah, I want what's good for this organization, and what's good for this organization is making a deep playoff run every season, no matter
That's
what.
good for any organization.
It's
Yeah,
rebuilding.
Rujo,
That's what the
to put this in
people-
perspective, this is your first like 4-year stretch without playoffs in your entire life.
He would not survive being a Vikings fan. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No one else has ever had that. The Eagles have had a lot of success recently, but I think the first like 10, 13 years of my life, I never watched a playoff game.
Early 2010s, the Eagles were bad.
Yeah. Dream team, 4-12.
Same with the Vikings. Early 2010s, they were really bad.
Yeah.
Like right
But-
after they went to the NFC Championship, which they should have won. But
The
But look,
Patriots'
even
expectations.
if we are in rebuild mode, I still have not seen improvement. That's part of the issue too. There's still been over the past few seasons. There's been no improvement. It's been what's it called? Decreasing. It's literally been we were 10-7, and then last season we were like 9 or 8 wins, and then this season we're probably gonna even have less. Like, come on.
I think it's because
Wait.
the division is so good. I don't think it's
Can I-
more that. So, Andrew, you could say what you're gonna say.
I just want to ask everyone, who do you prefer and who do you think is a better quarterback, would be better to start on a football team? Daniel Jones or Mac Jones? Because I'm saying Daniel Jones.
I hate Mac, but if you give both of them the right weapons, Mac is winning.
I think Mac has the better decision make, and I know that's hard to say, especially with how he looked in Dallas. But that Dallas defense is just really that good.
This was
Josh
the
Dobbs
worst
or-
loss in our
But
history
Daniel-
while Belichick has been here.
I think I would say I would lean Daniel Jones specifically because of the leg talent.
Okay.
Yeah, but
That's fair.
like talent's not really.
I think either one. I think they're. It's funny they have the same last name. They're like the same guy.
I think I would take Mac. I just think that as a quarterback, I would trust him more than Daniel Jones.
Look, I say this to you specifically, Carter. Put Mac Jones on the Vikings. I think you get a very similar result. I'm going to be totally honest with you.
No way.
I don't agree with that at all.
No way.
I-
No
Okay.
way.
Well, on that
No
nonsense,
way.
we should get off the AFC and let's move
There-
on. Can
I have to, dude. Kirk Cousins gets way too much. This is the only reason I defend this man so
Yeah, no,
much.
that we're
He
moving-
has Justin
wait.
Jefferson, the best receiver in
Did
the
you
league.
see what he had in Washington and he was still putting up numbers? Did you see what he
I understand, but give any quarterback the best receiver in the league other than Justin Fields, and you're actually getting good quarterback play.
I don't doubt Mac Jones would be better, but you can't compare. Besides their play style, Kirk and Mac Jones, there's a big skill gap. Kirk is a lot better than Mac Jones. Besides, the only way I would take Mac Jones over Kirk is simply because of age. So if you want to say that, like if you want to build a franchise around a guy for the next 5 years, if someone said Mac Jones, I'm like, okay, I get it because he's younger. But if we're talking skill, Kirk is way better off play action, way better in the pocket, way better at decision making, better deep ball, and he knows how to read a defense a lot
But
better.
see, that's not true though. That's the thing. Mac
It is- it's
has
100%
potential.
true.
No, because okay, I want you to look at Mac. His
Are
rookie.
you really
year.
trying to argue this right now?
You can't argue
Look,
this.
There's
look
no
at
point
Mack's
of arguing
rookie
this.
year.
No, there's no point of arguing this. Mac Jones was not even that good his rookie year. And don't even try to get me on that. He had like 8 touchdowns. He had like 18 touchdowns. He was like 18 touchdowns, 9 picks.
He was
He
efficient.
was like 18 touchdowns, 9 picks.
I'll say this. I'll say
Who was
this.
his
Not that
best
good.
receiver? Give him Justin
not that
Jefferson.
good.
Who was his best receiver? Give him Justin Jefferson his
Devontae
rookie year.
Parker-
Everyone will look good with
Devontae
Justin
Parker.
Jefferson.
My
Everyone will.
point.
No,
Why was
everyone
Devontae
looks somewhat
Parker
better.
good
I don't care if that's your point. Mac Jones is not better than Kirk Cousins with Jefferson.
Why was Devontae Parker good in Miami and it got horrible in New England? It's because it's a bad quarterback. Let's move on.
I will say this. Not everyone
All right.
looked good with Jefferson, but they would look better. That's an obvious.
Okay.
That's obvious.
Can anyone compete with the Niners and Eagles in the NFC?
No.
Cowboys. I'm an
No,
Eagles fan. I'm saying the Cowboys.
Okay.
No.
Yes,
Cowboys
Dallas, but
cannot.
okay. When push comes to shove, if you're gonna rank them, we know how we're ranking them.
I know how I'm
All right.
ranking.
All right,
I would
Justin.
rank it Niners team wise, but when playoffs come, I'm picking Jalen Hurts over Brock Purdy. That's just
I still think
I-
Niners just have too good of a roster. I still think they have too good of a roster. Their offensive line is really, really good. I think they could definitely like be at least like decent against that what's it called? Pass rush for Eagles.
But unbiasedly, the Eagles have the best and deepest roster, but they just haven't really played well yet. When you don't play well and you still are 4-0, like when they put it together, I think they're going to be better. But
that's
again, I think
exactly what I'm
as
thinking.
of right now, the 49ers would beat the Eagles. But when it does come playoff time, I think that the Eagles will beat them.
Does anyone think the Seahawks or the Lions could make a push for the NFC Championship?
No. Those are the teams that are going to get to the divisional round and then die.
I could see them sneaking in, like, but if they were to
It-
play,
it would have to be like an upset.
yeah, if they were to play Philly or San Fran in the NFC Championship, I know exactly who's going to win that game.
Well, personally, with the Seahawks, I feel like you're already seeing the Niners twice a year. If you get to that third time and you do face them in the playoffs, I know they're going to get crushed by Philly. But if you face the Niners in the playoffs, third time you're seeing them that year, they probably take both because the Niners are just a lot better. I think the Seahawks could pull off an upset in the playoffs.
I mean, look, the Seahawks have a good roster. They do not have like
Their
a bad
defense
roster
was
by
pretty good
any.
too.
Yeah, by any like measure of the word, they do not have a bad roster. They have a very good roster, honestly. Probably one of the I would argue top 5 roster in the NFL, honestly.
Seattle,
Bobby Wagner is back to his like 2018 self. Bobby
The
Wagner
reason-
is really good.
the reason why Seattle won't make it far is because of their O line and their D line. I think they're a good team, but that O line depth is like really on life support right now, and it's really early, which is alarming. And that D line, the pass rush is not great. Boye, what's it, Maffei, or I'm trying to remember, from Minnesota, they got him. I think a couple years ago. He's been solid, but that pass rush in general is just not good enough to get you far in the playoffs. Same with that O line, and a lot of the teams that you see go far in the playoffs. Philadelphia, San Francisco, Kansas City, all the O lines and the D lines are good. That's how you win games, protecting your quarterback and getting to the quarterback.
What I think it comes down to for the only teams I think have a chance making Super Bowl in the NFC: Eagles, Niners, Cowboys. That was the only
I
teams.
I don't think Cowboys have a chance.
I think the Cowboys are good enough.
They do.
They're good, but we all know
Trust me, I hate the Cowboys more than every single one of you. And the thing that it comes down to, who gets home field advantage, and all these teams play each other in the regular season. So whoever gets that number 1 seed, I think wins, because that's what usually happens every year in the playoffs. Number 1 seed usually gets the Super Bowl.
any team with a half decent passing offense, not any team with a half, but Niners and Eagles are going to have, like, if they're at their peak, a very, very good passing offense, both teams, and it's going to destroy the Cowboys defense. Their defense is good. They have a good pass rush, but both O-lines, the Eagles and the Niners, are very good, and their passing offenses are very good. The Cowboys are thin at corner. They have Trayvon Diggs, their best corner, out, and then after him, there's not too many pieces.
You got Bland, who's doing good, but is he going to keep it up?
Not
Against AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, I don't think so. Against Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, and Brandon Ayuk, I don't think so.
Plus, the
Yeah.
Cowboys have also had pretty much a cupcake schedule so far.
Exactly.
Have
and
we
they lost
really-
their easy one.
They play the Niners this week, don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yes,
think they're going to
Monday
get
night
killed.
So we're gonna see where they rank in the
I think
NFC.
Brock Purdy.
Why are we sleeping on Detroit?
Because they're not that good. They're good, but they're
There's levels.
yeah. There's
I know,
levels.
I know. They'll make the divisional round though. That's for
They
sure.
could, yeah.
I
They
would
might get
pick them
their
as a
11
dark
wins.
horse.
They might get them.
I would pick them as
That's
like an
assuming
upset pick for sure. They have like the personality to like
Yeah, that's what I'm
be
saying.
an upset
Like
pick.
their heart could beat any team.
It's like
They're
it's kind of
hard.
like 2017 with the Eagles. It's kind of like that. That's kind of how I would rank it.
We're the number 1 seed. People just like, oh, Carson Wentz
Because
is
Nick
out.
Foles.
I guess
That
it was
team
a good
was just
season.
so stacked. And like you should get Nick Foles versus Case Keenum in the NFC Championship. Like what? That was Nick Foles, Case Keenum, Blake Bortles, and Tom Brady.
And Tom Brady didn't win.
And
That's-
Tom Brady did not win.
Yeah. Like, what?
That the 1 year that Brady doesn't have an elite defense. It's so 500 plus yards during that super. It's in the.
let's
The
move
Eagles
on.
were the best team in the NFL that year. They just
The
were.
Lions remind me of the 2016 Falcons.
Like when they went to the Super Bowl and they lost.
Yeah, they don't have like a receiver like that, but they have the same type of vibe. I feel like Jared Goff and Matt Ryan are extremely similar quarterbacks.
See what Ryan Fitzpatrick called golf?
No.
Yeah, I saw that.
Rudra, what was it?
Oh,
It was the something Matt Ryan. It was like
Yeah,
the worst
poor
version of
man's
Matt
Matt
Ryan.
a poor
I knew it
man's
was Matt Ryan. I just want to double check. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, but
He's
I
not a
think,
poor man's Matt Ryan. I don't,
Yeah.
That's
No, golf is good.
yeah, he's good.
oh, Goff has made the same amount of Super Bowls as Matt Ryan already.
Yeah.
That's
Sure.
true.
I always forget Goff was in the Super Bowl.
Me
That's
too.
Because he didn't
That
do
was
anything.
that was a
Forget
weird
how he
Super
was
Bowl.
with the
He
Rams.
just put on a helmet and pads. They scored a field goal, and then that was it.
You guys want to get in some games here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do mine. So I know Rudra and you guys like to look up stats before. That's why I wasn't gonna say what it was. So first, you have to name the bottom 10 QBRs in the league.
Okay.
Oh, so no one looking any stats up then.
No one
Okay.
look at any
Mac
stats.
Jones, first of
Mac
all.
Jones where's he at? He's at 25.
But are we doing like a draft? Like,
33 to 23.
is he going first, or are we just like spitballing?
I mean, slow it down a little bit.
Should we do whoever gets the most wins? And we'll
Yeah,
go
yeah.
Yeah,
No, let's do like 3 strikes you're out or something.
Oh yeah, let's see that.
Yeah. So Rudra's first, and then either me or Carter. Which one?
Okay, so yeah,
I
Mac
already
Jones
know
at
which
20
one is a
Mac
guarantee.
Jones at 25.
Well, yeah. The
Okay. I'll
That's
do.
a strike then. It's not bottom 5. If
No, he's at
25.
bottom 10. He's at bottom 10.
bottom
Bottom
10.
Oh,
Okay.
bottom 10. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll take.
33 to 23.
Okay.
Oh, I don't even know if this guy's on it anymore after the. I'll take Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson's number 27.
Okay, good.
Kenny Pickett.
Pickett is number 30. Not having a good
I know he's that bad. I just knew he was there.
I'm gonna take the obvious one, Justin Fields.
Justin Fields 28. He was last in the league. He jumped up a couple of spots from this week.
This might be risky. I don't think he's been too good so far this season. I'm gonna take no, because he's had a good game. I don't know which one. I'll take Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence is not on the list. He was on the list.
Really? Why? Why would you
Trevor
think
Lawrence?
Trevor? Okay.
Trevor Lawrence was on the list last week, I think.
Andrew, I think you missed a
Oh,
layup.
was he? That's crazy.
Yeah, no, Trevor Lawrence started off slow, but I think you missed a layup here, Andrew. Desmond Ritter.
Oh God.
Ritter, number 31.
Bryce
Guys
Young.
got the bottom 2 yet.
Oh,
Bryce
I'm an
Young.
idiot. I'm an idiot. I know.
I
the
know
bottom.
who's bad. I just know.
Yeah, I know the
Richard's
bottom 2.
Rudra's up.
I said Bryce Young.
Bryce Young, he's last on the list. Number
Yep.
33.
Jesus. Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, 29.
That's
Joe Burrow is
crazy,
one
man.
spot ahead of Kenny Pickett. That says
Well,
something.
Can we blame his injury fully for that? Is it all on his injury?
No.
It's not just injury, but I know how hard it is to put the weight on the
Yeah.
calf for that. So
You
it
know? Oh, let's see. I want to.
If it was really that bad, they're putting him on IR before the season starts.
I think they
That's
should
true.
have put him on IR, but
They probably should
to
have.
get back to the game.
They still can. Their season might be done. Mine as well.
Now I have to think because I'm just going through quarterbacks in my head. This is tough now because we just got rid of a bunch
You
of
get
guys.
the obvious ones off the list, and then
My question.
I want
my
to say
question
I
is-
want to say Sam Howell, but I don't think it is.
oh, Sam Howell not on the list.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Oh, that
That's-
counts. That has to count.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. Take
Yeah.
the L there.
Okay, I have a question. I don't have it up right now, but can I pull up a list of just the teams in the NFL?
No,
No, you
no.
can't. You got to think. That's
I'm
why
not-
that's why I said Sam Howell. I didn't think it was, but I
think
had to.
I'm-
Now you know it's on Sam Howell at least.
You guys are
Yeah.
missing the second last.
I have
And-
two, but I think one of
In
them
the top
actually
4 and the bottom 10.
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr, 24.
We're just cooking.
I know my bad QBs. I got one. I know my bad QBs.
Nope, not him. Are we
Ooh, I
gonna have?
got one, I think.
Are you gonna count me down if I'm taking too long?
No, I can just edit it out.
Okay, it might be a little while.
Chop. We ain't got all day. Getting
See, I don't. No, that can't be right. He's been okay.
Who's the quarterback that's been playing bad? Come on.
I'm trying.
Wait a
Trying.
minute.
Come on, guys.
No, I just realized. I just
I don't know if someone said this, dude, but come on.
I'm tripping, but I'm just gonna take Jimmy G.
Jimmy not.
wait.
Oh,
did
really?
anyone- Did anyone say Daniel Jones?
Oh no.
Daniel Jones,
I was
26.
gonna just say. I'm like, why didn't I say that before?
Okay. Did anyone say Ritter yet? Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
did.
Okay. Who else is in the league? Bro,
How many we got left?
2 more, I think.
someone already said Daniel Jones, right?
I just did.
All right, well, I'm gonna go with Sam Howell then.
I said that.
You did. I'm not paying attention.
Wait, that has to be a strike though. If you can't
No.
repeat
We
all
won't
games
count.
like this, it's always.
We won't count though. I'll give him one more try.
All right.
You guys need
Wait,
number
how many are left? How many of the
2 more.
top
25 and 23.
I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go for 23. I think I have it after Rudra goes.
Man, I can't even remember the quarterbacks at this point.
I think we got to pass.
Yeah, I'll take the strike. I'll have to take that strike.
I'm gonna rip here. Ryan Tannehill.
Oh,
Did we already say that? No.
No.
Oh, I guess okay. Then there was 3. So yeah, Ryan Tannehill's second to last.
What?
Wow.
He played well against the Bengals.
Second to last.
Jeez.
So
Tannehill's terrible. He had one good week
25
so
and
far.
23 are the last ones now, for sure.
I have 2 strikes. I know that.
Oh. What's his name? Why am I blanking on him?
I think there are 2 choices left that you can get. I'm gonna go with.
Why am I? Oh my gosh, what's his name?
I didn't think this was gonna be that hard.
Oh. Man, I
Problem
really
is
don't
not
know
having
his
the
name.
list.
I'm gonna say Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson not on the list.
What?
He's been playing well. That's why I didn't want to say
I
it.
have another.
Rudra, you are up.
Oh man.
I know 23 for sure.
What are you doing? You look like a super.
Honestly, Baker Mayfield.
No.
You're Mayfield not.
Yeah,
on
Baker's
All
been
right.
playing well.
I think this actually might give me the win in a crazy comeback. Deshaun
Little
Watson.
finger thing.
John Watson, 23.
Oh my god.
So it's only 25. Are the rest of you guys out?
No, I only have.
No.
I have one
I have
strike
2
left.
strikes.
So you
No,
guys have one more.
Yeah.
25 is
We
the
all
last
two.
one.
This is tough. Who stinks? Or who's
What position? What number?
quarterback?
No. What number?
25 out of 33.
25.
Oh, 33.
Yeah, because 33 is because who is it? Because the Colts had Richardson and Minshew.
Oh.
Oh, so both count?
Because Minshew played
Oh,
long enough, played 2 games.
Would it be Gardner Minshew?
Now
No. Then I
Minshew's like number 12.
12.
Wow.
Rudra, you're up. Carter's out.
Yeah.
Do I have to ice it if he doesn't get it right because he went first?
Yeah, sure.
So we'll just keep going for the last one.
I mean, this one should be pretty easy.
Yeah. Me
You
and
think it should
Rudra
be
for the last
easy?
one.
Yeah.
Me and Rudra for the last one.
Yeah, this is the last go around, and then I'll just tell you who it is if you guys don't get it.
I
Okay.
wait. I think I know who it is, and I can't believe we just didn't say it.
Well, you're out.
Well,
Who's up?
I don't care.
All right, I think we got
Look, okay. But the problem is he's been playing well. Oh, come on. Josh Dobbs.
Josh Dobbs
Oh.
not on the list.
No, it's not.
Okay, I
Dobbs.
was gonna
Dobbs?
say.
It's I need time. Let me lock
No, I have an idea. Come on.
Let me lock in real quick.
If he doesn't say it, let me say it.
Yeah.
I also have another choice.
Hey,
I'll give Andrew 10 seconds.
10, that's it?
Yeah, because they're like Googling.
No, it just takes a lot longer to run through the divisions in my head. Wait,
You said
someone's
no to
already said,
Rudra. He couldn't do that.
someone's already said
Three.
Fields, right? Wait, someone's already said Fields, right?
So yeah, Fields is on the list. Yeah.
Oh god. Give me 10 from now, please.
Thought you knew it.
How is this supposed to be easy?
Trust me, Drew, it's very easy.
Who's been playing bad?
Or do you want to say it?
Correct.
Wait. Oh, I think I feel like I know it. Did we not say Mac Jones?
Mac Jones, 25.
No,
Wait,
I
we
knew
didn't say
it.
Mac?
I can't believe we
Wait,
didn't
I
say
said
Mac
Mac.
Jones.
No,
Mac
Rudra said Mac
Daniels.
first. Rudra said Mac first.
No, he didn't. He said Justin Fields first.
Yeah, he said.
No, I
Fields.
didn't.
I thought you
He
said.
did not
Fields.
say Mac Jones.
I said Mac and then Fields.
How
No,
could
you
you say
did.
Mac?
You went first and said Justin Fields. Or no, you said Zach Wilson. Get off the list.
No,
Yeah.
Zach Wilson was someone else, I thought.
I didn't say
We'll do the
Wilson.
playback. We'll do the playback.
All right.
I'll put it in the group chat. All right, and the other part of it, the top 10 QBRs in the league.
All right. This should be a little easier, I would hope.
All right, let's start
Okay.
with
With me?
Yep.
Oh god, that might not even be right. Let's just go Tua.
Tua number 2.
Pat Mahomes.
Mahomes 4.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen number 3. So you guys got 2, 3, and 4.
Wait, sorry. It was someone said Mahomes or no?
Yeah, someone
I
said
didn't.
Oh, okay. Lamar.
Lamar Jackson not on the list.
Justin
Wow.
Wait, are we doing quarterback rating or QBR?
QBR.
QBR
That is quarterback.
is
rating, right?
quarterback rating.
No, but there's like a QBR and a quarterback rating.
That's
Quarterback
What?
rating?
no, I know what he's
It's not-
talking about. I know what he's talking about.
Like, is it the one that goes up to 158.3
It
or
says
is it...
QBR. It goes to 100.
No, yeah, it's
Oh,
not the one that
okay,
goes
that's
up.
different. That's different.
So if I said Herbert, I know Herbert.
Herbert is number 6.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
Dude, you had an X already. Lamar is just no, I'm kidding.
Lamar's trash.
No, Rudra, you're up.
Yeah.
He's thinking.
This one should
I
be
am
easy.
thinking. It should be easy, but I guess Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott number 10.
Okay.
What?
Wow, I didn't think he was gonna be there.
Jared Goff?
Jared
That's a good
Goff
one.
number 8.
I want to say him, but he's
Yeah.
not. He's been
Rip it.
solid. I
Rip
got
it.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts not on the list.
How far is
Wow.
he off?
I think he was 16.
Really?
Wait.
Wow.
Carter, who'd you say first?
I said Mahomes and Herbert, and then I said Hurts. Hurts
Okay.
is
So far, we have Tua, Josh, Patrick, Justin, and Dak, and Jared Goff.
I have 2 more.
Okay.
I'm up. Jordan Love.
Nope, Jordan Love is not on the list.
Dang. Are you serious? He's been playing well.
Okay, I'm gonna rip this one. This is really risky. But I think he is because he's been having really good games.
I know
Josh
you-
Dobbs.
Josh Dobbs.
Yeah.
Number 9.
wow.
Wow.
No one said him for the other list. I'm like,
I want to say Kirk, but
Ooh.
of course they won the game he played the worst because obviously that's
are you
just how.
saying Kirk?
No, I'm saying CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud not on the list.
No way.
Wow. Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford not on the list.
What? I think you're out.
Kirk.
No, I have 2.
You're saying
Kirk.
Kirk? Kirk is not on the list.
What?
It's not Kirk. Okay, that Panthers
You guys are
What
missing number
happened?
1, number 5, and number 7.
He was bad that Panthers game. Kirk. He was not good.
You guys are missing the best QBR.
Who's up?
I
The
am
best QBR in the league.
the best.
Who have we not said? Okay, I know my next two.
I'm not gonna say Russell.
Oh, I know who it
He's
is.
on this list. I swear.
Oh, that actually blows me. I know exactly who it is. I have 2 strikes though. I'm not trying to give it away.
You gotta give me a second and think.
I know exactly who the best is.
I can't believe I cannot believe that Jordan Love and Matt Stafford were both not on there.
They were right outside, I think. All right, Carter, here comes the countdown.
I know.
It's so scary getting the countdown, bro. Because then you just lose all your thought. Like it's just like, what am I doing?
5, 4, 3.
I don't want to say it, but I want to go with. I feel like it's Geno Smith or Russell Wilson. It's gonna be so annoying. Who should I pick? Someone tell me Geno.
You
or
have
Russell.
to. You have to pick.
You have to pick it.
Fine. I'll pick Geno Smith.
Smith, number 5.
What? He was like,
All right.
Kept me alive.
I guess to make it brick.
I know the guy I want is on there.
Anthony Richardson.
Anthony Richardson, not on the list.
Rudolph's
Hey,
out.
all right, I'm out.
Now,
Wait, Carter, how many more do you have? How many more strikes?
I have 2.
You have 2 more strikes?
No, I have 2 in general.
Okay, so the next one to lose is out. I'm gonna go Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy, number 1.
That's who I was thinking Purdy, but man, I didn't think.
God.
Wow.
You guys just need number 7.
Okay.
Oh, is that the only one left?
Only one left.
Oh,
number 7.
let me think who hasn't been said.
Well, Rudra, you're out.
I'm out. I'm just saying.
Number 7, man. Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson is not on the list.
Where is he?
Oh, that's you. Who do you
I
think
don't
it
know.
is?
I have like a screenshot of the top 10 I'm looking at.
Oh, because I really just can't. I didn't think it'd be Wilson, but when Brock Purdy's number 1.
That's a dub.
Well, who
That's
is it?
a dub.
Who's 7?
You guys want
Well,
to
I don't need to get 7.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
I went first.
That's how
I
they
went
get
first. I went
Just
first and have 2 strikes.
keep guessing.
You 3
Keep guessing
strikes.
until you get it. Just keep going.
But fine. I'm gonna keep trying.
Yeah. Mainly because I don't think I could edit the part with the X's for all of you. So
Dolphins. Sorry, I'm just thinking team.
this is probably one of 2.
Okay, I'm out. I'm looking up the
unexpected.
teams. Hold on.
You guys, you can go. You guys can just guess. It's fine.
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield, number 7.
No way.
What? I said, but wait, did I not say?
No, you said that in the
You said that in the last video, bro.
Yeah. So
I didn't want to say Baker Mayfield, but man, of course it is.
He's
Yes,
been good. He's been
So
really good.
Brock Purdy, Tua, Josh Allen, Patty Mahomes, Geno, Justin Herbert, Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff, Josh Dobbs, and Dak Prescott. That's the top 10.
Dude, it was between Geno, Russ, and Baker for me. I'm like, there's no way Baker's on it. So I'm like, I gotta go with Russ.
I
You
think
know, in terms of PFF grade, Brock Purdy is number 17.
Well,
PFF means nothing unless it fits my agenda.
they need to respect Lamar more. I'm sorry.
PFF is based on decision making. I watched a whole playlist. It's
Yeah.
based on the decision you make.
Lamar is literally the he's been carrying the Ravens.
He's number 9.
Yeah.
all right. Does anyone
All
else have another game they want to do?
I mean, I have a would you rather? Would you rather?
I have a would you rather as well.
All right, we can do that. Let's do it.
Let's do one of them.
Well, mine is less football related.
We can do whatever. I'm not opposed to it.
Let's just do both of them so they're all together.
I'll
Okay.
start. So we know that the refs have been extremely subpar this season. So I'm just gonna ask a couple questions of who would you rather? NFL referee edition. Would you rather an 80-year-old grandma?
As the ref,
Yeah, as a ref.
I don't feel like girls know how to. Well, not girls, but 80-year-old women know how the rules of football. So I'm gonna go with the refs.
There's a lot of lady refs out there. Okay,
Yeah, no, I didn't mean to say it like that.
maybe 80-year-old grandmothers because they're so busy doing other stuff.
But me personally, my 80-year-old grandmothers, I put on football and they don't even know what's happening.
I would probably pick the ref
The only reason I would not say 80-year-old grandmas, I don't think they could run with the players.
I feel like a lot more fun stuff would happen though with an 80-year-old grandma. 'cause
That's
a lot-
true. That's true.
You know,
Okay. Would you rather the refs or the coaches of the game? So like in Little League, like there would be no ref and you would just like have the two coaches decide on the calls.
Oh, like the honor code.
oh, I can't have
Yeah.
Bill Belichick cheating.
Bill Belichick cheating is crazy.
Well, Deflategate turned out to be real, but
You still gotta go
The
refs.
Deflategate is not real. Did anyone read the physics report? That's a different story.
Okay. Oh wait, go.
You gotta go refs. You can't have coaches that are millions of dollars for their job refing their own games.
imagine a
I
Sean
mean,
Payton ref
if both of them
roughing the
together are
passer.
reffing it, then there could be compromises and stuff. I don't know.
If you're playing the Broncos and Sean Payton's refing the game, your quarterback's gonna be gone, like in the hospital, because
Okay. The
Bounty Gate,
the refs or just the PA announcer to make the calls.
PA announcer. I think that'd be fun.
One PA announcer.
You ever hear Paul
Probably
Allen?
a PA announcer.
Refs or the broadcasters.
Oh, broadcasters.
Broadcasters. They got the-
Broadcasters every time.
It's simply because of their voice, like
Not even like this dude Gene Steratore that's on every single broadcast. It's like every time.
He's the
I think
rules-
there's been
He's
one
the
call.
rules analyst.
Yeah. I
Refs
think there's been
or-
one call I don't agree with him with.
Refs or a blind person.
All right, you gotta go refs. They're the same thing, but at least they're licensed.
I think a blind person could do whatever they want to do, and I think they would be a great ref.
It depends on how much of the audio can you use to ref.
No, this is what I'm thinking. I think for a blind person, they go off of the fan cues from the crowd. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
That's what I was thinking.
yeah, it's amazing.
Refs-
I mean, just because you're blind doesn't mean you're fully blind either. I mean, you could still have some eyesight. Just put-
I'm legally blind. I could, or I'm half blind, but still I could definitely.
Refs or a deaf person.
Deaf.
Yeah.
What if
Yeah.
I feel like they could just plop in, one of the hearing aids if they're not fully deaf. I mean, I'm sure
You don't
there
need to
are
hear
refs-
anything to make calls.
There could be refs actually out there with hearing or eyesight problems. I have no idea.
And
Obviously.
then lastly, refs or yourself.
Myself.
Myself,
Myself.
10 times out of 10.
I've never been wrong in my life.
Exactly.
All right. We can go to Carter's now.
Or what do you got?
My game is a simple would you rather, and it's, has a lot to do with our, favorite quarterback is Daniel Jones. So I'm going to list a couple quarterbacks. I'm going to just ask who would you rather. And it's a simple. So to start off.
You have to introduce it for TikTok.
Oh, okay. So how this game works is we're picking a player, and this player in this case is Daniel Jones in this would you rather. And I'm going to name some players, and the players are, going to all be quarterbacks, obviously. And the rest of the boys are going to just pick who they rather have at quarterback, who's better. Is that good?
Yeah, sure.
You went into so much detail. Just say,
Just say who
would you rather? Yeah.
Okay. Who would you rather, Daniel Jones or Justin Fields?
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones.
Okay. Who would you rather, Daniel Jones or Jordan Love?
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
Yeah, I gotta go Jordan Love.
Who would you rather, Daniel Jones or Zach Wilson? I said this because of Andrew.
The recency bias is crazy. Zach Wilson, though.
Recency is by.
Who said Zach Wilson?
Crazy. I would say Zach Wilson.
What?
Daniel Jones. What are
Recency
you
bias
guys
is
saying?
crazy.
You're not taking Zach Wilson over.
I'm admitting that the recency bias is crazy.
I am also admitting it.
Wilson. He's more talented.
Oh, it'd be Daniel Jones all the way. I'm not even playing the game. So, who would you rather, Daniel Jones or Derek Carr?
Derek Carr.
These
Derek.
are tough.
Derek Carr has been. Derek Carr has done nothing though. Did you know when he played against this week? He what's it called? There was one completion he had to Alvin Kamara that was 10 yards. Other than that, his checkdowns to Alvin Kamara, 12 completions for 22 yards. He hasn't done anything. I think I still would take Daniel
I think
Jones.
that's because of his arm. He's playing with an injury, but then again, it was his choice to play. So
Yeah.
Can't lose the job of James.
So is it Daniel Jones or Derek Carr? For
I
all
would take Jones.
Jones.
Carr.
Carr.
I'd pick Derek Carr as well. Who would you rather, Daniel Jones or Ryan Tannehill?
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones.
Ryan Tannehill is extremely inefficient, but I'd still go with Tannehill.
I'm still waiting to see if Tannehill can make the transition to wide receiver to the quarterback. I'm still seeing if he could do that.
He's been good this season.
I've been waiting for Daniel.
Tannehill can't do anything without Derrick Henry.
We've been waiting for Daniel Jones to go from running back to quarterback too, though.
True.
I'm messing. Who would you rather, Daniel Jones or Josh Dobbs?
Josh Dobbs.
Josh Dobbs.
Discount part of this last game, Josh Dobbs.
Okay. Who would you rather, Daniel Jones or Mac Jones?
Mac Jones.
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones.
This one, the recency bias is crazy in the opposite way.
Oh, I would also go Daniel Jones.
It's okay. I know the recency bias is hitting.
It's not. It's just Mac
There's
Jones.
no recency bias. Daniel
Yeah,
Jones
there
is
is.
horrible this year.
He had a atrocious game, probably the worst in his career.
Who, Mac or Daniel?
Mac.
Both. Move on.
Okay. Who would you rather, Daniel Jones or Kenny Pickett?
Daniel Jones.
Ooh.
I don't think this is hard at all.
Taking Kenny Pickett.
I'll say Daniel Jones.
Yeah, you guys. I feel like Jones. I would love to hear the Kenny. What's the Kenny Pickett reasoning? Just because he's younger?
No, it's not even that. I feel like they're so similar in like the skills that they have, but I've already seen Daniel Jones not pan out.
Okay, it's fair.
That's
Where
fair.
Kenny Pickett stuck under Matt Canada, and I don't think I should be able to judge him for that.
Okay, no, I get that. I get that. Who would you rather, Daniel Jones or Brock Purdy?
Brock Purdy.
Purdy.
I said I feel like Purdy now, but
Purdy.
I personally think that if Brock Purdy was on this Giants roster, we would be saying what we're saying about Daniel Jones.
Well, no, obviously.
But that's what I'm getting at. Like, I don't think Brock Purdy's all that. I don't think he's bad, obviously. He plays good enough. He's got the number 1 QBR in the NFL, but I also think QBR is a little overrated. But
I think if Niners draft Mac Jones instead of Trey Lance, they would arguably have a Super Bowl.
I think Mac Jones is better than Brock Purdy.
I think so too.
I think Purdy's good.
I think Mac Jones, maybe not better, but him and Brock Purdy are the same level quarterback. They are, in my opinion.
Mac Jones has playmaking ability.
But moving forward, Daniel Jones. Who would you rather, Daniel Jones or Baker Mayfield?
Baker.
Probably Baker.
Baker.
And the last one, who would you rather, Daniel Jones or Desmond Ritter?
Oh my
Daniel Jones.
God, Daniel Jones.
Desmond Ritter is
Desmond
the worst
Ritter might
quarterback.
have dethroned Justin Fields.
Yeah, no, I would also go Daniel Jones, but I just wanted to see if I saved it for last. I just want to see if one person was going to say Desmond Ritter.
No shot.
Yeah, I was just curious. I was curious to see because who knows? We got a Zach Wilson over Daniel Jones, which is wild.
No, that's because Andrew is the most like closeted Zach Wilson fanboy of all time. Like he wishes Zach Wilson was on the Ravens.
I just respect Zach Wilson. I think he has talent, and I feel bad for how he was treated the last 2 years.
Just be honest. You watch
And
Zach
even-
Wilson.
No, but even when like everyone was hating on him for blaming it on
The defense.
no, for saying like he was like no, we only put up 3 points, but my defense isn't like mad at us or mad at me or something like that, or they don't blame it on me, or I don't feel bad. Like he didn't even say that in a bad way. He was just saying we win and we lose as a team, and my defense is not going to hate me just because I scored 3 points, even though we're a team. Like that's what I thought of it, and that was like the main hate around Zach Wilson. They were like, he's a horrible leader. He can't take any blame. Like so now he purposely, after just a fumbled of a snap after having the best game of his career, he's like, hey guys, that's on me. That's on me, man. Like, and like, you shouldn't have to take that blame if you're him when he literally played his heart out and he played really well against the Chiefs.
Andrew, I have a question.
What?
How many times a week do you watch Zach Wilson's pro day?
Never. I wish I watched it more though. That one rollout, 65-yard bomb to the other side of the field. That's a beautiful.
If anyone ever debates you and Zach Wilson, just send them the link to the pro day.
No, we forgot one. We're gonna do the backup quarterback draft.
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
Okay.
Is that what you said?
Huh?
I think Ruger said he's gonna sit out this one, right?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
sit out. All right, backup QB draft. Which of the backups could still win us a Super Bowl if they were starting over? Say, imagine a world where all of the starters get injured. Who wins the Super Bowl in this case? Let's see, based on our quarterbacks.
So this could be backups of all time, right?
No, just this
No,
year.
just this season.
Oh,
All right, so I'm pulling up the beautiful creation of random number generators, and I'm gonna have each of you say a number from 1 to 3.
3.
1.
2.
All right. Hello?
It's
Oh.
2.
It is 2. All
Yeah.
right, that's
We're
first
doing
pick.
snake draft. We're doing the snake draft.
And between 1 and 2.
All right. So my first pick will be. Oh, whoa, that's a low-key hard. Gardner Minshew.
Whoa! With the first pick?
Yeah, he's QBR 12 in the league this year. Put some respect.
Gardner Minshew. Okay.
Wait, but okay, we're saying Josh Dobbs does not count because he's starting this year.
He does
Yeah.
count. I think he counts.
I think
Okay,
he
we're not saying he counts?
Yeah, we're saying he does not count. He does not
Okay.
count.
So Carter's up.
Yeah. I would probably go with Drew Lock.
Wow, Drew Lock.
I think that's good.
No, that's a lot worse than mine.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
What else am I supposed to get at here? Like, if Josh Dobbs isn't like the kind of guy you can get, obviously Gardner Minshew's the better guy.
You guys are forgetting about the best backup clone,
I know who you're talking about. I knew you were gonna say
Tyler
that.
Huntley. He was a
He's
Pro
not-
Bowler last year.
It's just not good.
He's a Pro Bowler.
He's okay, but he doesn't win. That's the problem with
But
him.
he's my third. So it's Snake. So Tyler Huntley at my 3. And at my 4, give me a safe pick. Give me Jacoby Brissett.
Oh, I would take him over both Drew Lock and Tyler Huntley.
Good value.
Carter.
I have to think now. I mean, Mac Jones will be a backup soon.
Ooh.
I'm messing. Well, actually, I don't know. Sam Darnold.
Good pick.
I don't think Sam Darnold's good at all. I'm gonna take Andy Dalton. I think that's definitely a good pick.
Oh, that is definitely a good
I like
pick.
Darnold over Dalton.
No, he played really well in the game he played. He threw for like 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, something like that. And then this is gonna be our last pick because we're only doing 3 rounds, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's your last pick then, Andy.
All right, I'm gonna be doing about to be taking Taylor Heineke out of Atlanta. He should be a
like good
starter in
choice.
2 weeks.
I like that pick.
A starter in 2 weeks. I think
Carter, your last pick.
Trubisky.
Really?
Mitchell Trubisky.
You're taking
Yeah, why
Mitch.
not?
well, he's starting against the Ravens this week, so we'll
Yeah.
see how it goes.
I don't think he's that good, but like, as a
He
backup,
turns the ball over, but he can really get the ball downfield.
What team is he on now?
I'm pretty sure
good.
Trubisky beat the Tom Brady Buccaneers last year.
Okay, but I'm pretty sure with this pick, I'm gonna sweep you guys, destroy you. Jameis Winston.
No.
Oh
Oh man.
no,
Dude. I have Tyler Huntley,
Jameis Winston's not good.
Kobe, and Jameis Winston.
Why do you think that the Saints traded for Derek Carr with Jameis Winston still on the roster?
All right,
Good.
let me
Good
get
backup.
you the rooms.
I just think
We have for Carter, QB1, Drew Lock, QB2, Sam Darnold, QB3, Mitchell Trubisky. For Andrew, we have QB1, Gardner Minshew, QB2, Andy Dalton, and QB3, Taylor Heineke. For Patrick, we have QB1, Tyler Huntley, QB2, Jacoby Brissett, and QB3, Jameis Winston. I'm not gonna lie, Andrew's team looks
Yeah.
really, really good.
I forgot about Huntley. I'm not Huntley. I mean, what am
Heineke.
I? Atlanta.
Yeah, Heineke.
Yeah, I forgot about Heineke.
Viewers, we're gonna let you decide which one. Which one was
I
the best.
didn't look off. To be fair, I'll say this: I just used my brain. Maybe
Okay,
That's
I
fair.
should pull up a list next time. I will be better prepared next time. I'll pull
We'll
up a
all
list.
come better prepared. We kind of just made that one up out of nothing. So
Personally, no, I won't say that.
I was gonna say,
Why
if we're doing backups of all time, and if I got my pick, I was gonna say Tom Brady.
Right,
Because
yeah.
technically-
Of course.
is that where you're thinking I was gonna go before?
wouldn't count that. I mean, I guess you could choose that one. Yeah, I guess that.
Because that 1 year he was a backup, stepped in, won the Super Bowl.
That's true.
Yes, but then you can also
It
say
would be
Aaron
Brady.
because he was
Then
the backup for 4 years.
You could.
you could
Mahomes
say
was a
Aaron
backup for
Rodgers.
1 year. So now you're just saying the best
It'd probably be
quarterback.
Brady, Rodgers, and then Nick Foles.
That's what I said. Like you could throw the flag on.
No, it's Mahomes.
Feel like-
Mahomes is
no,
number
wait.
3.
Oh, you're right. Mahomes was a quarterback
No,
Yeah,
I feel like
what
we have to do this.
or a
We have to
backup.
do
Yes.
this. We'd have to choose 1 year that they were a backup. You can't take their career. You have to take 1 year.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
As a backup, he played one
Because-
game against Denver.
So many rookies were backups. You can't just say like that they're a backup. You know,
I think
Well,
what
then
it,
in that case, it's probably
I think-
Brady and then Nick Foles.
no, I think what it should be is like we don't pick 1 year, but we pick it has to be a player who played their majority of their career as a backup.
Yeah, yeah. The
Like,
Tom Brady
like-
pick, if we were doing it that way, it was totally a cheap pick. I just want to see if you guys would allow it.
Yeah.
well, let's get back into the actual podcast.
So I have a question for everyone.
Yeah.
This quarterback has some of the best stats in the first 4 career games in history. Are you proud of CJ Stroud?
Yeah, he's on my fantasy team. I love it.
He has been really good. I was a Stroud hater going into the draft. I thought he was going to be like not
I
that
was-
great.
I was
he-
also a big Stroud hater.
He has definitely proven me wrong.
Yeah,
I
I
thought-
think quarterback out of Ohio State, don't touch him.
Yeah.
Might
Yeah.
be the one that actually pans out.
I thought Stroud was the biggest boomer bust prospect. I know people thought Richardson was, but Richardson, like he has so much to offer with his legs. At least you know you're getting something if his throwing wasn't there. I just thought Stroud he has good accuracy for a quarterback that's a rookie, but his real like best game ever was in that semifinals in the playoffs against Georgia. And that was like his real shining moment. And like I just didn't
He started
No,
running
like-
that game too.
I didn't know if like that one game was gonna be the CJ Stroud we get in the NFL. And it's looking like that's what we're getting. And that's good. I mean, good for him. I like him a lot. He's a good guy. I think he's fun to watch. And I hope nothing but success for him.
One thing that really stands out to me about him is his release is so quick. If you're watching him play, he's just like in a backpedal in his drop. There's already someone on him. Like they were playing the Steelers. It's going to be hard to have a lot of time in that pocket. His feet aren't even set to throw, and he just releases it so quickly over the middle for a 15-yard gain. It's just really impressive watching his release. And also, I was always a Bryce Young kind of hater. I didn't think he would be that good from the moment he was drafted. And I honestly think he's going to be out of the league in 5 years.
No, dude, that roster's terrible around him. He has Adam Thielen he's throwing to. Miles Sanders.
All he can do is like decision make. Like that's what most quarterbacks can't do. He doesn't really have the craziest arm, and he doesn't have the craziest legs. He's not that good.
I think when I watched Bryce Young play Minnesota, he did a lot of good things. It's just the fact that he doesn't have a lot of talent on his roster. I feel like the play calling is lacking too of Frank Reich. I thought it was going to be a lot
So
better.
what talent does Stroud have? He is receivers that no one
Stroud-
knew was good.
Nico
he-
Collins.
no
Nico
one knew
Collins
he
has
was
been
gonna be
amazing. Tank Dell's been
Hank
great.
Dell's good.
Adam
He
Thielen
got-
has been good for the Panthers.
That's one. I'm talking about it's two better
Who's the-
receivers, and then Thielen's the one. He's got Lermy Tunsil at left tackle. That's like the best spot to have an offensive lineman.
That is true.
And I think D'Amico Ryan just knows how to put like a good roster together. He's a very good coach. And I'm thinking he's just proving the fact that he might be a better coach than Frank Reich is already. And
We're forgetting about Robert Woods too. Robert Woods is very good.
So one thing I've noticed about Bryce Young in college, he would drop back in a backpedal. He didn't do a normal like 3-step.
yes,
step
that is
drop
very
like-
true. He
like
still does that
quarterbacks do.
a little bit.
And he still does that, and I don't think that's going to work in the NFL at all. But because by the time he gets back to the top of his drop, there's already going to be people on him in the NFL. With that amazing offensive line at Alabama, all he had to do is do his little backpedal thing. He has all the time. He can maneuver the pocket. That's what he's good at. But once he's at the top of his drop, doing his little backpedal drop, it's just not going to work because there's going to already be an edge rusher right there on him. So if he wants to get good, I think he's going to really have to be more of like a normal quarterback style player instead of just like an improv guy.
fair. Solely fair.
I don't want to get into Ruger's power tiers. I want to see how they changed
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of change this week. This week was the first week of the NFL, so it was a lot of stuff. Hold on, let me just
I'll
get
be
my.
disappointed if I don't see the Patriots in the last column in a category that says I hate you.
See,
And
I was making them. And I saved one like that, but I was like, I have to make a real one too. So I'm gonna show the real one. I do have
Yeah.
one where it's literally called erase this team, and it's just the lowest tier. Uh, but this is my actual one. As you can see, I changed up the visuals too just a little bit, so there's a little more detail and stuff.
How did the Vikings move down? They just won.
See, I'm gonna bring up a few things. I was gonna talk about a few things. So real quick, first of all, you can see that they
Wait,
are
so
ranked by number as well this
yeah,
time.
okay, good.
They're like minus and plus as well, and obviously the tiers and teardrops and like tier ups are there as well. So the few things I wanted to cover real quick are.
Whoa.
Hold on, I want to show you something real quick. Does this change this screen share?
What?
Did the screen share change at all?
No.
All right, cool. So on this, I want to point something out. The AFC South teams are literally all exactly together because they all seem like they have the same level of like. If you guys tell me some AFC South teams better than some other one, sure, go ahead. I don't care because those four are basically like the same level for me personally. Bengals, you can see, got absolutely demolished and all the way down. I think that is fully supported. They can make their way back up if they need to, but they have been not good. They had one good game against the Rams, but still, like it was not. It has been not good. And any other change ups? The Vikings did go down because they played an 0-3 Panthers team that's not good at all, and Bryce Young is not good at all. And I think teams below the Vikings have shown more to move up than the Vikings did. That's why it looks like they moved down, but they're kind of just like the same.
How is Cincinnati ahead of Minnesota? What have they shown? That I don't get.
That I'll give
That's
you that.
wild. You have to say that.
I'll give you that one, but I just don't know yet because Joe Burrow is a very good quarterback. They have a good roster. I just don't know yet. I want to.
Cousins is playing better than Joe Burrow. Jefferson's playing better than Jamar. The
Right.
Vikings O-line's playing better than the Bengals. The Vikings defense as a whole is not playing better, but they have Vikings have a better pass rusher, better safeties, and I would say
They are on watch. I'll give you that though. They are on watch. It was 2 0-3 teams playing. I don't.
The Vikings haven't got blown out all year either. The Bengals have got blown out twice. Every game the Vikings have been in, they've been in. Like they have not gotten like flat out beat. I mean, come on, we know this is true. Besides turnovers, this Vikings team should be at least 2-2 if they just didn't have
saying besides turnovers is like,
you know how unlucky they've been. If you go and look up online, they're ranked the unluckiest team in the NFL. Like some of these turnovers are just insane. If you watch the Chargers game,
Yeah, no,
they should have won that game. I could go on and on.
Googling up Vikings like unlucky stats after they lose every week.
Okay, but you know that Chargers game was absolutely wild with what happened.
Yeah,
an interception that was in Caleb Evans' hands that became a touchdown for the Chargers, and a wide open right in his hands touchdown to Hawkinson that popped up for a game-sealing pick. I just don't get how you can have Cincy over Minnesota. And I know it's only one spot, but I just think Cincy's played so bad. Like,
no, they're on watch to drop farther. They're on. I'll give it to you next week. Again, this is like the first week of real football that we're getting into, so it'll change as the time goes on. So
personally, I'm taking a look at the Caleb Williams watch, and I'm just trying to figure out why the heck we had the Broncos at 26 last week. Shouldn't we have had them lower? Shouldn't we have had them at 31? Like how were they?
We should have. But last week, what did they play last week? They had some game that there's always a reason I put them where they're at.
They played the Bears and they were down 28-7 in Chicago and they won.
I'm gonna be honest. I personally have a lot of problems with this.
I only have one big one, and it's the Commanders not being in potential wild card.
Yeah, but
I could see where you're coming. Yeah, they're the top team in the Blues. They're on watch to be up. They're not that good. They are spoilers. That's kind of what they are. That's what they were doing against you guys. They're spoilers.
Personally, I have a good amount of problems with this list.
I
I
figured.
think the Bucks should definitely not be at 18. They're 3-1. They've showed that they're better than the Titans. They're better than the Colts.
I
They're
agree.
better than the Packers. They're better than the Rams. I would honestly switch the Rams with the Bucks. Then obviously the Rams with the Colts because the Colts lost to them. So I would have the Rams at 15. I would have the Bucks at 11, and I would have the Colts at 18. No, I would have the Colts at 17 and the Titans at 18. Okay. Then I think the bottom portion of this is fine. Also, I'm trying to figure out how the Ravens putting up 28 points on supposedly the best defense in the NFL through 3 weeks goes down a spot.
Okay, you tell me who to put them above. I could get the
Chiefs,
argument
Chiefs,
for above Dallas.
Chiefs, yeah.
I would put them above the Chiefs.
I would not yet solely
Currently
because Mahomes.
now. I'm not talking about like when we get the playoffs. Currently, the Ravens are better than the Chiefs.
Yeah, they are.
They are.
The Chiefs
They're playing
almost
good.
lost to the Jets. The Chiefs haven't looked too good this season.
I will take you into consideration. Chiefs
Philly
are
needs
still
to go
Chiefs.
over Miami too.
I wouldn't put the Ravens over the Cowboys though. I would put the Cowboys to 5, the Ravens to 6, and the Chiefs to 7.
Rams are way too low.
I would not agree with that. The Chiefs still have Mahomes and Travis Kelce, and that duo alone is gonna
Okay, but
carve up defenses.
But you're saying is gonna. Have they yet? This is a power ranking for the season that's happened so far.
Well, they have. Hold on.
Travis Kelce's best game was 7 for 70 and a touchdown. That's not that special. Mark Andrews went 5 for 80 with 2 touchdowns against the Browns. Best defense in the NFL. Like, that's just my personal opinion. I would put Seattle over the Chargers. They've looked better throughout the
He's
season.
destroyed. I guess. What'd you say?
I would put Seattle over the Chargers. They've looked better throughout the season. And I think you would have to also put Seattle over the Lions because they beat them.
You beat them too, yeah.
See, I don't believe that if someone beats another team, they're automatically better. I don't believe in that. I think
Okay,
that
but the game, like I would understand that if it's like a blowout, kind of like the Bengals and the Titans, like maybe you don't have to put the Bengals below the Titans because it was just one lucky blowout. But if that game, they were both playing to their full strength, 31-31 going into overtime. The Seahawks won it in overtime. I think by right there, you have to put both of them high, and you have to put the Seahawks just one spot in front of the Lions. So I would put the Lions 9, the Chargers 10, the Seahawks 8.
sure, but if they played again, based on how both of them are playing, I think the Lions would win that game.
No.
That's kind of how I ordered it. If these teams played, if some higher team played a lower team, I think they would beat them.
Seattle did that in Detroit. That's not in Seattle too, by the way. I don't think so right now.
Personally, the Rams did beat Seattle week 1, so
Week
I would
1.
understand the hard part about that. But I also don't understand why the Browns are only going down 1.
Because they were playing with probably the worst quarterback. Him and Ritter probably they had like
But
the worst.
it's not just
quarterback
about that.
performance.
It's also about the defense. Like, how are they letting up 250 yards in the first half? They gave up 200 of those yards in the second quarter to the Ravens, who haven't had the best offense this season, as the number 1 defense in the NFL through 3 weeks.
I think that has a lot to do with just quarterback play. And the fact that
Yes,
they're able to
absolutely.
move the ball. And like that sounds, contradictory because we're talking about the defense. But if you're not able to sustain offense, drives, if you're not able to do that, it's going
If they
right
keep
back to
getting the ball back.
offense, and the defense is just going to get tired out. That's what's going to happen.
But
So
I'm
Also,
looking at-
Lamar's Lamar.
And then
But
Lamar can beat anybody. I mean, everyone flacks on the Ravens, but
Lamar
when he
was
plays,
playing out of
they
his
win. They
mind.
win games
Right.
every time he touches. Lamar can play bad, and they win games. It's just because he's so hard to game plan against.
Other than that, I don't have any issues with
I feel like you've got to put Philly
Other
above.
than that, after 10 minutes of
Philly
conversation,
above who you said?
Philly has to be above Miami.
Yeah, I agree.
That is something that I'm on watch for. The only reason I didn't put that is because Eagles struggled against. Well, not struggled, but they didn't play as good as
it
they
was
should have
more the
against.
Commanders played up to us than the Eagles struggled.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was. But I still don't see the Eagles' offense fully there yet.
Personally, at this point, and this might be a stretch, I would replace the Dolphins with the Ravens.
No.
I
No, I don't think so.
Dolphins
I don't
lost
think so.
48-20, and the Ravens have one loss, and it was an
Ravens
overtime.
never get blown out either. So
Yeah,
I think that
Ravens-
healthy Ravens, yes. A healthy Ravens team.
I was talking
say-
Dolphins top team in the league last week. I can't put them.
Yeah, I
6
would
spots.
too. I agree. I agree. But can I say one thing that was funny? Because I was at the Ravens game this weekend,
Yeah.
and I whispered to my dad or my brother, I'm like, "Oh my God, this is like midway through the third quarter." I'm like, "Oh my God, Matthew, like we haven't lost a single player this game yet." Then on the Jumbotron, here goes Morgan Moses out for the rest of the game. Then it goes Daryl Worley out for the rest of the game. And then there was someone that got injured like 30 minutes later. I was like, oh my God.
You gotta just keep that mouth shut, bro.
I gotta
Say
keep it to
anything.
myself. I gotta keep it to myself.
Andrew, I want to hear your thoughts on this too, man. I mean, you've been sitting here, we've been talking.
On what?
Hello?
My thoughts on what?
Not Andrew. Oh my God.
Oh,
I-
Why did you say Andrew? I meant Patrick. I don't know why
No.
I said that.
I didn't have too many
I
problems
was like
with it.
staring at Patrick and I said Andrew. I didn't mean that.
I mean, I
Can I
think the
say,
Commanders are better than the Jets, Vikings, and Bengals. I'd probably put
I don't
the
know. That's a
Seahawks
stretch.
above
I think the
Lions.
Vikings would be.
he's only saying that to make that close game feel
Yeah.
better than it was.
No, it's the Commanders have played good football. They have not been bad this year at all.
That's
Who did the Commanders play last week? Whoever they played last week, he threw 4 picks against
the
them.
Bills.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh.
somehow in a terrible game, but that's the only bad game he's had.
I
I
don't
still think they're those 3 teams in front.
Who said that the Rams should not be there? Someone said that.
Me. They shouldn't
Why?
because
All they're missing
Oh, yeah,
is
I said it
well, I
too.
can't say all they're missing, but I think that the Rams, how they are,
name one.
would be able to beat what's it called? Deshaun Watson, because Deshaun Watson with Aaron Donald coming down his throat is not going to be great.
Name,
Okay, but
name 2 defensive players on the Rams that aren't named Aaron Donald.
Dude, I hate when he does this.
this
Yeah.
one's always
I'm just saying you can't do it. You can't do
Wait.
it.
They're still winning games. They're still winning.
They're
Rudra.
2-2. That's not winning games. That's
Rudra.
Okay, so that
Rudra,
is
what's the
every
problem
AFC
with the Bucks? What's the problem with the Bucks?
the Bucks are better than the Rams. 100%.
I don't trust Baker yet. I'm almost there. I'm
Number
almost
seven.
there.
My point is my point is you can't do power rankings based on trust. It's how good they've been so far this season.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I can't say that I trust Mahomes to win.
Yeah, that's
Like-
why I'm at 5.
Well, it's fine, but if Mahomes is playing bad, that would deduct his power ranking.
Yeah.
I trust Tom Brady
Well,
last year in the Bucks.
I'm
make
not
the
doing this based
playoffs.
on current
They weren't good.
rankings. I'm doing this based on roster and like who has the better not roster, who has the better.
But once again, like the
Rams
Bucks,
roster is not better than Cleveland.
It's the eye test.
and not better than the Bucks. Like the Bucks roster
think
is actually really good.
I think the Rams have a better team, how they are, than the other players. Sean
do you know their
McVay and Matt
defense?
Stafford is going
Know
to
their
what?
defense at all? Do you know their defense at all?
No, but knowing it doesn't have anything to do with anything. Do you know anyone on the Cardinals offense? But
Their
they're still
defense is
playing well.
impressive.
Marquise Brown, Josh Dobbs, Wilson, the other receivers.
Max Williams, like
Who? Max Williams?
Max
he's their
Williams, their backup tight end.
That
Yeah.
hurts.
Zach Ertz.
Okay, but that's also a result of offensive players being known more a little bit. But
I'm not
I-
trying to say like I feel like the Rams would have, if you were gonna put them over Cleveland, I feel like it's a little bit an overreaction of how Cleveland played simply because they had a backup quarterback in. And I know Watson hasn't been that great, but that roster up and down from offense to defense is elite. It's a good roster. And I
As
think it's more of an attestament to like the fact that the Ravens are so good.
well, I just know that the Rams gave the Niners a run for their money.
not really.
Not
but-
really.
As I said, I would. This is like the main change I would make. I would switch the Rams with the Colts and then switch the Bucks with the Colts. So I would put Bucks at 11, Rams 15, and then Colts 18. I think that would be a solid little change.
I could understand the perspective that Rams are a little high.
Houston's got to be swapped with the Jags too.
Yeah,
Again, those AFC South teams, you can tell me anyone's over
Yeah,
the other.
I see that you have it literally 1 through 4. So I
Yes.
get that.
But the Titans, like, they're not good at all. I don't know
They
why.
always win 9, 8, 7
I
games
don't
every
believe
year.
the Titans either.
Yeah, they're
No,
not.
I
I wouldn't put them at 17. I would put the
They-
Vikings in front of the Titans. I would switch the
But
Vikings
who?
with the Titans. I would switch the
I-
Vikings with the Titans.
Not yet. Not yet. Vikings did a good job at. I know they had Kirk has had 2 picks. I don't know why I'm doing that. I know he had 2 picks against Carolina. The one was a terrible throw, and the other one he got hit and it popped up in the air. So that happens. But I need to see Minnesota play a game where they win the turnover battle before I could say that, because I think the Titans and the Vikings are very similar teams. And I still think Minnesota's got a chance to make the playoffs because a lot of people forget the extra game is huge. And Minnesota's been they play every team close. They play every game tough. So it's just a matter of how well they do this Sunday. And of course they play Kansas City.
All right, let's go to week 5, guys.
I think that's gonna be an interesting game, though. I genuinely do.
I have some thoughts about that.
All right.
So-
Well,
Is it that the Vikings are going to win?
Maybe we'll talk about it.
yeah. Well, after talking about Ruger's tears for about 40 minutes, let's go to week 5. Let's do what's your game of the week and what you're just like looking forward to again. I think that worked well.
Okay.
You guys need a second to look at them because there's a very
I feel like the game of the week's obvious, but I can go on a tangent about one game.
go for it.
I know it's just the obvious one, Vikings Chiefs, but like it is an interesting game though, in all reality. Just because
I don't think that's the obvious one.
well, no, I don't think that's the obvious. The obvious one is not what I'm talking about. I just
Yeah.
think the Vikings Chiefs one is interesting.
It might be a good game,
Yeah.
but like, when I think of game of the week, I think of like rivalry or like
Well, no, the game of the week I could say it, but I don't want to say it. I want
it's the Cowboys and 49ers. We all
Yeah,
know.
okay, yeah, exactly. I didn't
But-
want to take any thunder from anybody who's gonna say
But I
that.
also think a big game, at least I don't think this is biased to me, but going into Pittsburgh, trying to beat your 3rd division opponent of the season.
Wait,
in-
pause. You said it's not
Ooh.
biased, but like the last 3 times we've done this, you've said the Ravens game.
Yeah,
Well,
and
it was-
especially this week, they're playing the Steelers. who
I did
are-
not say
let's
it.
see.
I did not say it when it was Ravens Colts. I said it Ravens Bengals, Ravens Browns, Ravens Steelers, but that makes sense.
Ravens are number 7. Steelers
You
are number
can't even tell me
25. Come on, how is that?
You can't tell me
even-
otherwise.
It's not going to be
Ravens-
remotely close. Like
Biased. The Steelers
Yes,
will
it
score
is.
10 points, and I will stop
You
watching it.
can't lie though. As much as I think the Ravens are a good team, they're getting a lot of breaks. They got the most injured Joe Burrow has been in their division. They got a backup quarterback in Cleveland, and now they're getting backup quarterback in Pittsburgh.
Well, I argue Trubisky is better than Pickett.
That's
Oh no.
that is. I
It's
wouldn't know
true.
about that.
He,
would
he
not.
gets the ball downfield a
if
lot
he was
better.
better, Trubisky would be playing.
That's like
Saying
saying
is that
That's
offensive
like saying
coordinator.
Jameis is better than Baker. How Baker's playing.
But personally, I just think any AFC North division game could be a good game,
That's fair. That's totally fair.
especially with that Steelers defense. Like it's gonna be pretty good.
The reason why I was bringing
Jaguars Bills interests me too.
the reason why I was bringing up Vikings Chiefs is simply because like how close the Vikings make every game, and then the Chiefs didn't look that great last week. I wouldn't be surprised if Pat Mahomes just tears them up,
Yeah,
puts
I'm
up
expecting
100
that.
yards. That's
Yeah.
a possibility, but I really think this Vikings Chiefs game at 4:25, I'm pretty sure that's when it is going to be a shootout, and it's going to come down
Okay.
to whoever
yeah.
has the ball last. And the reason why I think it's so interesting is like the Vikings are one of the best home teams, like playing at home in the entire NFL ever.
But
They're-
how is the Vikings O line gonna deal with Chris Jones?
That's the big question. How is that? You know, how are they going to do that? And then another big question is who's covering Jefferson? That's fair.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a shootout, and I think it'll be interesting. Obviously, lean the Chiefs because it's Kansas City, but I wouldn't be like completely shocked if Minnesota found a way. And that's not even me just trying to be biased. Kansas City always loses a game that they shouldn't lose. They lost to the Colts last year in Indy.
I mean, they lost to the Lions.
Can the
They
Bengals,
would have beat Detroit with Chris Jones and Travis Kelce. We all
I
can
know.
the
guess, yeah, that's
Bengals
true.
turn it around against in Arizona?
They better. I'll say that.
Yeah, they better turn it around. Otherwise, they're going down more.
And Arizona is crazy.
I think if they don't turn it around and Joe Burrow's still hurt, just put him on IR at this rate. Like you
Yeah.
paid him all this money.
Yeah, but then you
People-
wasted a quarter of a season for what?
Yeah. People will forget about this if you're able to come back and be yourself again. And that's how we all know recency bias.
I'm not gonna lie though.
That will happen.
After they were in the Super Bowl against the Rams, I thought they were gonna fall off heavy the next year or two.
I mean,
And
I think
now it's gonna happen.
I think Joe Burrow's one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the league. I think he's great, but I've never understood his playoff run again when he went to the Super Bowl. And this is not to say Joe Burrow is bad, but I don't know how people thought that Joe Burrow is better than Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert has never had a good defense in his entire career. If you put Herbert on that Bengals roster, they go to the Super Bowl that year too, I think. I do. I truly believe that. I think Herbert is so talented. And Herbert gets hurt too. I mean, he had that rib injury last year. He just broke his finger on his left hand, went in and still won the game. He just threw an absolute dot to close out that Raiders game.
I think the two worst ones are going to be, first of all, let's talk about Thursday Night Football, how they consistently have some of the best matchups of all time. You can see this week they have the Bears and Commanders. Great. I bet a lot of people are excited for that. And then we have Giants Dolphins on Sunday. I think that will be very entertaining for Dolphins fans and for no one else.
Banned off television.
Well, do we really want a really good game on Thursday Night Football? Not everyone can watch it. Not everyone has Amazon Prime. So it's like,
I think the Bears are going to beat the Commanders and get their first win on Thursday.
Oh,
I think you are wrong.
I just feel it in my gut. It's like a gut feeling. That's all I'm going with, by the way.
okay, but why are we not talking about Dallas and Niners here? Like that is a huge.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I wanted to save it.
Well, it's obvious. That's why.
Oh,
I want to real quick pull up the Eagles Rams. A lot of you guys were talking about how Rams are not that good and stuff, and they should be moved down. This week, if Eagles do good against them, I will be moving them down. Don't worry.
If the Rams beat if the Rams beat Philly, then you could totally justify that because I think Matt Stafford is going to have the worst day of his life against that interior D line.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
I really hope that happens.
I think it will.
when it comes to Cowboys 49ers, wasn't it kind of like a blowout last year? Didn't the 49ers take it
No,
back?
it was a close game. I thought.
Oh,
Wasn't
it was, yeah.
It was a close game score-wise, but the 49ers were in control.
Yeah, they dominated.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's going to be the opposite this time. And I know that Trayvon Diggs, they're thin at corner, which really does suck because the 49ers skill players are insane. But I think they'll be able to hold off Christian McCaffrey, and I think they'll be able to do what they need to do on defense. It's just a matter of can their offense perform against this amazing 49ers defense. And personally, I think they can. I think Dak is going to really show people why he's a franchise quarterback Sunday night against them. And I think CeeDee Lamb is going to have an amazing game. And I think the Cowboys will take this one. My score prediction would be 27-24.
the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think the Niners have demolished every single person they have played. I don't think that
They have.
it's going to happen. I think it's going to be Niners. Maybe something around that actually, because Cowboys are pretty good. But actually, I'm going to say they've scored 30 plus in all of their games so far. I'm going to say 31-24.
I mean, both these teams have yet to play a respectable opponent, which is really weird to say for you could say the top two teams in the NFC right now, besides the Eagles. So
Who have the Eagles played?
the Patriots, the Vikings, you guys exactly.
Well, that's what I'm just saying. Do you think the Vikings
I
are a
know.
respectable opponent?
We've played more respectable opponents than they have.
I don't think that's true.
True.
That I think. Well, I do think it's weird. I'm not even saying this because I'm a Vikings fan, but out of all of them, probably Minnesota is the best of all of that bunch.
The Bucks. The Bucks are good.
Oh, the Bucks are. Yeah,
Oh yeah, right now. Okay, yeah, Bucks are. Okay, so it'd probably be Bucks and so yeah, I guess Philly did play the toughest.
Yeah, who are the Cowboys played the Giants, the Jets with Zach Wilson, the Cardinals who they lost to, and they just destroyed the Patriots. But sorry, Patriots. So, I mean, I guess you could say the NFC East hasn't played anyone yet, but especially with like this matchup, this is really their first test for either side. Besides, I guess you'd call the Cardinals a test for Dallas because they lost.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Purdy's gonna destroy Dallas. I think not just because I hate the Cowboys, but I think the Cowboys are like riding a high off that Patriots game. So I think
Who is defending CMC?
I think he's the MVP.
I do too.
the MVP of the league.
Yes, I think
Through this point, yeah.
right now, 100%.
I was thinking Josh Allen.
That's
right
fair.
now.
But, Josh
I
Josh
guess.
Allen wins MVP in September every year, and then
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
but
I don't know. CMC
prediction wise, I think Niners like 34-21. Because I think
Yeah.
their defense is that good where they're gonna really be able to stop Dallas in there. Because Dallas is you watch Dallas, yeah, they're explosive, but sometimes you're just like, is this gonna work against the good teams?
Yeah.
I don't know. That could also be my Philly bias talking, but I think the Niners are gonna destroy them.
Oh, are there teams on bye next week?
yeah,
Yeah. There's a couple.
Okay.
You got the Browns, the Chargers, the Seahawks, and
Oh, I
the
was gonna say because I wanted to see if Khalil Mack. I guess we'll have to see it for week 6, but I want to see if Khalil Mack continues to be Khalil Mack. He was my favorite player when he
I
was in
think
his
that was a
prime.
little bit of a lucky game. He literally said in his own post game interview that like it wasn't all him, and Four held the ball way too long. He literally said that himself. And like, yeah, it was 6 sacks, unbelievable game. I feel like he could have had 2, but like he's not the same player he once was.
yeah.
No.
I agree. It's still cool, but I don't take too much away from it.
Like
Maybe
personally,
he did, and he did.
yeah, even with the 6 sack game, I don't think he's gonna reach 13 sacks this season.
Yeah, I'll probably get like 10.
to wrap this up. Do you have any final thoughts or
Yeah.
predictions for week 5?
It's been a long one.
Bears are gonna
Let's go Saints. Saints versus
Bears are gonna beat the
Patriots.
Commanders.
I think the
Let's get-
Steelers are gonna beat the Ravens.
Steelers.
I don't
We'll
think
all
so.
just pick an upset then. Let's all pick an upset. I
Pick
like
upset?
Bears over Commanders.
I will end that. We'll end with that.
Wait, actually, that's not mine.
You want to pick the Vikings so bad.
My upset alert is going to be Rams versus Eagles. I think Rams have a chance to upset the Eagles.
How dare you? I'll do Jags over Bills. I think Jags will put together this week.
I'll go Cardinals over Bengals.
That's not even
Oh,
an upset.
that-
That's
Okay, but it's favored by 3.
That's a good one.
It's
Okay.
favored by 3 points to the
we'll
to
count
the
it. We'll count it.
Yeah.
I'm sad no one said the Saints. I'll say the Saints too.
All right. We'll call it a podcast.
Yeah, that was a long one.
Yeah.
Almost 2 hours. So we'll
Yeah.
end it there, and we'll call that the Extra Point episode 4.
Yep.
All right. See you, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Peace.
For listening.